Act 6, let's go ahead and now get started. So we're going to exit on the coast. But going back to what I was saying earlier, so in Path of Exile, this is technically like the very beginning of the game, but everything kind of shifts because it's as time has progressed, things are a little bit different. Let's go see what she's got. Let's go ahead and exile. So we don't get this one again. We kill him so fast. I feel like they should still give a reward though, because otherwise, like, why even interact with it? I understand that it gives you less chance of it appearing again, so I guess that kind of helps. Oh, wow, there's a bunch of dead ends over there. The next upgrade will be quite nice. We get some more damage. Because also when the flask is in effect, we'll get even more. The mud flats. Okay. So this is a mechanic where you can like explode certain things. It's not something I want to do right now, but it's something that we might talk about a little bit later. Basically, you just place these detonating charges, and if you want to engage in it, you can. It's just, it requires a bunch of stuff. Okay, important thing. We have to kill, like, it's a princess. You'll pretty much find it as you play. It's usually next to this house, but just kind of look out for it. But as you progress, you will find that specific unique monster, and once you find it, it'll drop the quest item.
I still abide by the Trathan code.
Okay, this one has haste. This one's kind of cool, so we're gonna take the item because I definitely want to get haste as it gives us more movement speed and stuff. In fact, we probably could have taken, could have just like hired her.
Hardly a price worth
because
fighting over.
it gives us more movement speed and our damage is so good. We don't really need the other NPC at this point, so could be something to consider. But in this area, we're going to be fighting a boss. So you'll see that there's a little sniper's mark. It shows a little... oh, by the way, if you see any of these, pick these up. You can just sell them for like 1 chaos orb. Ooh. This guy have haste. He's got Tempest Shield. Determination. Okay. It's kind of good, though, to be honest. I like it. But I think we should probably just... I don't know if they can run Grace. That would actually be pretty huge. But we're going to go ahead and eliminate this boss. We can also get another ballista that shoots down from the sky. So right now we're using Siege Ballista, but Artillery Ballista hits for elemental damage, so it'll give us more of a benefit. So we can get that eventually as well. So what we're looking for is Tukohama's Keep. This is a boss. It will give us a skill point. So we're going to do a bunch of damage to him. Oh man, our damage is huge. This little pillar will spin around. What we have to do is we have to kill all of these small totems that have a little like line, and then we can damage him again, and our damage is so good, he just absolutely got obliterated. So after we defeat a bunch of these bosses, he has this animation. You don't really have to watch it, you can just like leave, but if you want to put in the bonus, you have to wait for him. But if you talk to him, you're going to get what's called a power. So we have a minor god power now. So now we take additional physical damage reduction per second for stationary, up to 9 seconds of damage reduction. And if we get this other bonus, if we capture another boss, we'll get this other bonus. So the thing that's grayed out, we don't get that yet. We will get it if we want to. But how it works is you just select one major boss power and then one minor boss power. It's kind of a cool system. I actually really like it. But all that really matters, to be honest, is you get immunity to freeze. The rest of them I honestly don't care about. Like, the important one is freeze. That's the only one that I would say really matters. But after we exit, we're going to go up. We do have a skill point that we're going to be getting, and we're almost leveling up. Once we get to the next area, we will. We can go back into town, and then we can get our quest. But hello, Raygun. How you doing? So now we're going to go and complete the quest so we can get the skill point, because then we can use the item. So this will give us passive respecs, which we don't really care about. But this is what we want. So the Father of War grants us this book. The other book gives us respec points. We don't really need the respec, but I do need the strength to run the belt. And it actually adds quite a bit of damage. So if I remove this belt now, you can see the damage that we deal is 9,000. But that's a big DPS increase. It's like over 10%. Now keep in mind, we also have... Does this really give us that much more damage? Wow, that gives us so much more damage? What? Am I missing something here? Oh, does that put us... Oh, I think this gives us too much HP. Oh, you know why. I actually know why. So if you're wondering, why does it give us so much? That's like, you know, it's like a third of our damage. The reason why is because in town, I have more HP because the buffs aren't up. This is actually a pretty good lesson here. But let's go ahead and now continue. That's actually very important to mention. So you'll see over here, if I go and see my damage, this, it won't be that big of a deal. Oh, wait, actually. Oh, it's too much HP. It actually is too much HP. Okay, so we need to get more accuracy because we have 1700 HP and our accuracy rating is 1600. Ah, okay. So, hey, if we need more accuracy, we're going to get more accuracy. Oh, you know what? It's because this isn't activated. The precision. Ah, okay, hold on. We don't need to. Watch. We go to offense in this area. Sometimes it glitches out. Oh, there it is. So it's at 12. We're going to activate this. Boom, we're at 17. Okay, so we're good. We don't actually have to swap anything. We just need the precision because what happened is I moved the helmet or something to check. And when you unequip the item, it re-forces you to go over the aura again. Like you have to reactivate it. But yeah, that's a good note. And we already have Vitality activated. Okay. But if we come across another one of those NPCs that has haste, oh, I'm going to swap immediately. Giving another 10% movement speed is going to be quite nice. So now we don't have to get more accuracy. But if you do need it, lock it in, man. We're going to get actually more movement speed by getting this. So I got another 20% movement speed. And the cool thing with Path of Exile that I wish Diablo had is like there's really no caps on your attack speed. You just go to the moon. Which is awesome. And I love it, man. Getting all the attack speed in the world. There are people out there that also try to go for the most amount of attack speed as possible, or most casts per second, and they just try to break the game. They have all these like cast on condition things, and it's really fun and entertaining to watch. People just make these crazy builds. If you see any of these monsters on the top where it has this little, it almost looks like a bird's skull icon. Honestly, like it has to do with Einhar, and they sometimes have way too much HP. Oh, cool, we got a Chaos Orb. Some awesome stuff, man. What is he? He's got Grace. Oh, you can get Grace? That's going to make our survivability go up like crazy. I don't really care about survivability. I'm going to just take the item because I want the Chromatic Orbs. Some of these voice lines, very strange, but... Alright, now we're getting to Lower Prison. There is a Trial of Ascendancy in this area. So we want to make sure that we get that trial done. Oh, there it is. There it is. Finally doing more of the trials. Because remember how we got in our super class? This is how we're going to get more points into that. I'm going to exile him. I don't really want his skills. Ooh, wow, this is big damage. Mercy's for fools, but I'll take it. Right now we're okay until like 22,000 or 2,200. 22,000 would be pretty crazy for life. You don't really have an opportunity to get that much HP. Oh, you know what? I think we missed out on that Trial of Ascendancy. It was this way. So yeah, we need to get the Trial of Ascendancy on this one. This is also going to be a pretty fast act as well, as long as we do things relatively quick, because our movement speed is crazy good. We're just going to, again, rush it. I wouldn't worry too much about taking damage, because I'm just going to pop the potion. Then we're going to go all the way back. Again, we'll take more damage if we are bleeding when we're moving. So if you get hit by it, you could stop, but you can just go dash through it. So it makes things so easy. Boom, that's our first one. Perfect. You can kind of see which ones you're missing because it does it in order. But I'll tell you where they're all at, but you know, sometimes it happens, you don't click on the last little, like, thing. little thing to make a portal at the very end. Alright, now we go to the tower.
I'm not up to that just yet.
We got this onslaught, we're gonna go even faster. Also, if we want to remove vitality, we could potentially remove vitality. More points, yes. We're getting increased effective onslaught too. So we have what, 60% increased effective? Oh, that's a really great amount. 60% increased effective onslaught. So we'll actually get like 30% attack speed. Oh my. PoE 1 is very generous, and PoE 2 it'd be like 5% attack speed. They're very stingy on like movement. It's sad. What is a tincture? Tinctures are only applied to melee weapons, unfortunately. If there's 2 gen, we'll do it. Okay, so 2 gen. Okay, this is the one that I will actually do. This is the same mechanic as the one that I was talking about earlier for Quentin. We want to look for things that say like any sort of related to the currency. There's not really anything. Okay, the additional jewelry. All of these are kind of mid, to be honest. So in terms of like these bonuses, like rare jewelry. So we're gonna start off over here, and any mods that you put in, they can break your build. So if one of them says like the monsters will be immune to like cold, lightning, or whatever damage, you have to factor that in. We can do like one of these. All monsters ignite. Okay, yeah, we'll see what we get with this one. But like, I really didn't need any of these in terms of the rewards. You want to look for like logbooks and like expedition, like the currency. But so we'll go defeat these monsters. Some of these can be really hard. You have to read the mods. Like these ones are the mods. Some of them will say the monsters are immune to a certain damage type. If you get unlucky and you run into like a immune to lightning one, and it has the good mod, you will have to either swap builds or do something. But most of the time, it's just like you just don't do the mechanic. Now we can haggle for items with him. So how he works is we have all this currency, and he has currency as well. Like let's say we want this. He wants 15 of this. These automatically get picked up, by the way. So I need to get Black Star artifacts in order to grab this. Now he wants 29 for this one, but if I go ahead and click on it, I can do a haggle, and I can offer him about a third of it. Usually you do about one third, and he'll kind of slowly eventually say yes. If you offer him too low, he'll just get mad and remove the item completely. So boom, we got one right there. And then this one is 15. Well, he wants 25 for this. And then he also wants 29 for this. Let's see if we can get this one. More likely we won't get it, but you never know. So you see how he just basically removed the item and I just don't get any of it? Let's see if there's any items that cost the grand ones. So this one's like, sometimes he overcharges on certain things, but unfortunately we lost out on that one, but that's okay. Now, can you get it for half? I mean, we could try. Sometimes you can get lucky. We'll go 50. So, okay. So at this point, I have to offer him like anything higher. I don't have anything higher now, so I can't go for that now to get more chaos orbs. So we'll continue. I only like 2 gen. The rest of them I don't interact with. They are worth. Well, the ROG one is really good, but it requires, I'm not even kidding, like 10 hours of learning, because if you really want to craft a bunch of different items, you have to know what items have prefixes and suffixes that can roll on them, what are the desired ones that will be worth money. But in a nutshell, most of the time, suffixes, resistances, prefix, you want life and damage. Oh, this one is grace, but there's no speed. I'm gonna take the item from him. Oh, it's the same guy. I wonder if like you slow it down, it says some sort of secret on that NPC. Because if we get the one that has haste again, I'm 100% grabbing it. So we can go even faster. I want to drop some bows, but to get a better bow is pretty slim in terms of finding it on the ground. It's possible, but not probable at all. Alright, let's keep on going, man. You're using two mana forged arrows? What were you using, Fire? What was your combo? Oh, by the way, this boss fight is super easy. It's basically Chevron. She revives Brutus. But she's a really easy boss. As long as you have some lightning resistances, which we're pretty much capped out on most, yeah.
'Cause I don't want to see you. I'll be right back.
Alright, let's keep on going, man. You're using two. Wait, oh, 2 mana forged arrows? What were you using, Fire? What was your combo? Oh, by the way, this boss fight is super easy. It's basically Chevron. She revives Brutus. But she's a really easy boss. As long as you have some lightning resistances, which we're like, we're pretty much capped out on most, yeah. But just shoot and move and you'll be okay. But watch where the books are and you'll be fine. It doesn't really even do that much damage if you have all the resistances capped. Very easy boss fight. Or you can just pop Steel Skin right before you're about to get hit. You can see Brutus. Wow, he absolutely insta-melted. And then we got to go here. There's another like power that we can get, but it's fine. I'm not worried too much about these. In fact, all the powers that you get pretty much throughout the campaign, they're just like whatever. The only one that I really like getting later that we'll end up getting is like there's like 1% increased movement speed or something like that. It's so small, but the only one I actually care about is like the immune to freeze. That's like the only thing I care about. What do we got? We got light and Vol Vitality. Grants regen. Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm going to go take the item. I want the stack decks. There are some stack decks that are absolutely worth a lot. We'll see if we can, you know, just for fun, just since we have...
Hardly a prize worth fighting
we're gonna show off what the stack decks actually are. I listed a bunch for 1 Chaos Orb. If you have enough, people eventually do like to use these. They're really great for Gamba. So I have a few. I think I throw them in this over here. I'm surprised no one bought any of these. But most of the stack decks, and I'm just going to do this for fun, most of the time you can sell them for 1 Chaos Orb each, but you can also open them. So the easiest way to open them is to right-click and throw them on the ground. And if they make a sound, usually they're worth something. Most of the time, you can sell a lot of the garbage ones for 1 chaos. So you usually don't really go 2 minus on these. So this one over here, let's see if this is worth anything. It's worth like, most of them, again, they're all worth like 1 chaos. But doesn't mean someone will always buy them. So now that we have all of these, I'm going to go ahead and list them for 1 Chaos Orb each. And if they sell, they sell. I have what's called a... affinities tab, so I'm just going to manually put these in one at a time. Otherwise, I would just control click on it. We could also disable the affinities, but we'll probably do that later, and we'll talk about that later. Basically, it absorbs whatever you mark for an infinity. It'll put it in that special zone. I don't think this thing's worth anything, is it? Okay, well, if we sell it for amount, that's great. Interesting. But again, there's like a lot of weird builds in this game where people do want very specific things. And this one, let's lower this to 7 Chaos Orbs. And then was there anything else that I had that was listed that was going for a couple Chaos? There wasn't. So if I can sell this for 7, what else? Oh, there's people selling it for 5. I would rather sell it now for 5. Even if it's worth like 6 or 7. It might not actually sell if I have it high. But if I'm at the lowest price, someone can buy it as a quick sale. Sometimes I don't mind if I sell things too cheap, because as time goes on, in general, if you hold on to the item, it will be worthless because it'll eventually go down in price, especially for a bunch of the cheap items, because there's just going to be an influx of items, and money is always worth things in PoE, whereas items generally, unless there's like a new build that people are playing, it will be worth more or less depending on, you know, if a streamer is playing something and he tells all his followers that this is a really good build. Okay, cool. This person's buying it for 5. Again, it's probably worth like 6 or whatever, but it's not a big deal. Oh, actually, there's another at Prisoner's Gate. Oh, actually, you know what? I think it's at the next zone. All right, let's go back to town, and the player will give us the 5 Chaos Orbs for it. So let's go ahead and grab this out of the stash and get rid of this item. Oh, he's coming to us. We're going to go trade. He's going to give us the 5 Chaos Orbs. We're going to get rid of the ring. And the ring actually isn't really that bad at all. Really good stuff. Oh, it's got 20 to all res too. Cool. That's actually a really, really good roll. That's actually the perfect roll. And so maybe it was too cheap, but again, I really don't mind it. Giving an extra curse is not a bad thing at all. You can actually gain an extra curse from something on the tree. But that ring is actually not bad because it gives you 20 to all resistances. What's the big grant? 17 mana. I would rather just grant it on the tree. It's not a terrible ring though, but like you're missing out on 100 life extra damage because while the resistances are good, the only thing that you're really playing it for is the extra curse. And we only need to apply 2 curses really, which is Sniper's Mark, and we can do either Elemental Weakness, or we can do Frostbite or Conduction, which will just make the enemy take more either cold damage or the other one. So So now we're in Western Forest over here. I believe there's another exit that we can go to. Let's see, Lightning Arrow. Oh, Assassin's Mark. This one's kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and take the Orb of Alchemies, though. Cool. I like the League mechanic because it's so fast to engage with. Very, very awesome. Alright, so we have another boss coming up. Riverways. And there's 2 exits here, I believe. Yes, okay. So, ideally we want to get... We have the last waypoint, right? Okay, the Western Forest. Actually, no, not the Western Forest. Prisoner's Gate. We have a Quicksilver Flask. Now, this Quicksilver Flask will be a higher level, so we can roll different mods. Let's see if we can get something good. Lock and Stun. Let's add another one. Increased duration. Less duration, but we're immune to poison. Less duration, but we're immune to corrupt blood. Some people like that. I don't want less duration. I want the flask to last forever. Avoid being shocked. No. Oh, okay. Well, we got nothing. And we wasted all of our currency. Well, it has increased charge recovery. Let's see. That's extra charges. Actually, the other ones are actually better. Now, this one isn't really bricked. At some point, you can consider an item brick, but like never really on like magic items in this game because all the rations are super cheap. Anyways, so important thing. From Riverways, we go to the wetlands. You don't actually need the waypoint because it's not that far, considering our movement speed is so good. And I don't want to look for the waypoint and then come back. Sometimes it can be worth it. This is where Oak was at one point. We have another skill point though, and now we can get the Onslaught on Kill, which will give us extra stats, which is great. Watch out for those like overlapping explosions. That one will be... There's a cold, fire, and lightning one. Those ones will... a lot of times, they will get you killed. If you get hit by all of them, because like sometimes you get hit by like 10 of them. Rain of Arrows Saturation and Storm Rain of the Conduit. Ah, okay. What does the Saturation do for your Mana Forge combo? Oh, cool. I don't really need the essences anymore. If you get some of like the high tier essences, you can move. I mean, you can always, in theory, pick them up, and it's kind of like small. Like you trade 3 of the smaller tier ones for 1, the bigger tier one. But when it's like in the campaign, they're realistically getting a good one. It's pretty slim. But we are looking for the boss over here. Here we go. So from wetlands, we go to the spawning ground, and there's a boss here. So at this boss, there's 3 little nests that you're going to have to open up. And it's going to be over here. Get that down. Get some turrets down. Then for this boss, honestly, this boss is such a face roll. It doesn't really matter. Our damage is probably honestly too high as well. But because we don't have the waypoint for the area, we're going to have to manually walk back. Oh, there's another one of these. Let's see if we get something good. Oh, this one has precision. Oh, and wrath. Wow, that's like a double. Considering it also gives us Assassin's Mark. Wow, this is a pretty good one. And oh, it's got a stacked deck. Dang, it's really hard because I like the one that we have, but this is granting us extra lightning damage, and we get the precision, so I wouldn't even have to run it. Now, if I'm too far away, it won't really register. But I'm going to go ahead and take item here because I want specifically the haste one. That's the one that I want. Oh, big DPS. Let's see if we can get a good stack deck. There are stack decks that are literally like the Nurse and Doctor. These ones are worth so much. Oh, they're absolutely amazing. But this Mercenary is really good because they haven't died at all, and I really like that. Wrath is big damage though. Yeah, I was thinking that one would be okay to grab, but I want specifically haste. Only because right now I feel like our damage is so high that like we're good. I kind of will miss this bubble because it lets me just sit in AoE, you know, and just be like whatever, just tank everything, play stupid.
Might do without me.
So I'm going to miss that one for sure. But what's our like life per second right now? Life regen. We have 170 life per second. That's 10% of our HP per second. That's pretty massive. But there's another skill point that we're going to get. And we'll turn these both in very, very soon. But from here, we have another exit. Ooh, I want to say it's probably this way. But yeah, that's going to be a very nice DPS boost. Ideally, I don't know how many auras you can get on them. I've heard that you can get at least 2. If I can get haste, ideally I want haste, wrath, grace. Like if I can get all of those, that's nice, very nice. But we don't really need this vitality. The more that I put into vitality, if you want to, you can right click and it will get rid of this little icon, but it'll still be able to be leveled up. If I want to level it up, I put it over, it's over here. But this gem can't be leveled up because I don't have the int requirements. At least as of right now. Later, I could get more. But we'll probably end up getting Thunder Fist, and then that will remove any of the requirements for the int. Because getting a Thunder Fist, which I'll check the price of it. Like this item, you literally get it, and it's like the godliest thing ever for like leveling up. These gloves are just crazy overpowered. I like how PoE 1 has just so many OP items. Like I genuinely love it. And these Thunder Fist gloves, super cheap. Like they'll eventually go to like 5 Chaos Orbs, which we actually have 11 right now. So we can use a lot of upgrades. We can also get Tessalio's Sign. What we could do, because we got a helmet with 2 resistances, but later we can get one that has 3. And for like 1 Chaos Orb, you can get like triple res. Oh my gosh, it's so easy in PoE 1. I love it. But yeah, we're gonna get to like the beach, just like the next area here. It's actually not called the beach, but... Alright, what do we got over here? Purity of Lightning. We have Conductivity. That's pretty good for our build, too. We're going to go ahead and take the Fuser. Oh, our guy died. Mercenary ripped, but it's probably because they need to be replaced. We don't need the waypoint, by the way, over here. It's not necessary. But we're going to go through the Cavern of Anger. Oh, there's a chest. What I want to do right now, actually, since I have the waypoint here, is I'm going to go back from here, which is the southern forest. We're going to go back to the Prisoner's Gate because we didn't see it along the way, but it is something that we do want to do because we're going to get another skill point. I actually have 1 skill point right now as well. Now, if I want to put another point into the regen is fine. We can defend with more armor once we actually get armor. A 5% more chance to evade melee attacks. We can also get increased armor per endurance and frenzy charge, but we only have the frenzy charge now. But what we can get actually that's pretty nice is getting this additional frenzy charge. And then we get increased evasion per frenzy charge, so it's offense and defense. For this, well, this is a really cheap, like we know, 1-pointer. And it's actually not that bad to get this. Where I think we have to put 3 points into it, but we can get 40% of physical converted to cold. If we have a high amount of physical damage, it's actually not that bad to get that conversion because a lot of this plus elemental damage, well, if it's just physical, it won't help us. How Lightning Arrow works is 60%. Wait, no, what's the number on it? Give you the exact number because 50% of the damage is converted. So we still do 50% of the physical damage that is on the item. So yeah, that's why we would convert to at least cold. It's better than converting to physical. All right, what do we got over here? Let's go for the items.
So you have chosen death. Entropy claims all. Defeat warrants tribute. Take it.
Okay, we're looking for a little sliver that will put us in a different area. Valley of the Fire Drinker. Okay, so this is where we actually want to go. And we're going to fight a boss, and he's going to give us another power. So how he works is he jumps around, but it doesn't really matter. Like most of these bosses are so undertuned, it's fine because our build is too good. So after you do enough damage, you're going to have to go to another room, and then you can kill these things if you want, but honestly, just go to the next area. Set up the turrets, and the guy will absolutely be melted. There's not like a mechanic, really, that you need to worry about. But now that we've killed him, that's all I needed to do. And we're going to go talk to the NPCs, and we have 2 skill books waiting for us. So we're going to go back to town. And then also, Lily is now here, so since we completed that quest, we'll have a bunch of these gems to grab, which is awesome. So now we got 1 skill book from him. And we get an item from this person. We can maybe see if we get an upgrade. And we get our 2 skill books. Boom, boom. And then let's see if any of these are good. This has 2 resistances. Pretty bad. 9% increased attack speed. Bow skill. Unfortunately, no good as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell those. Now we have these extra 2 skill points, and we can put 1 over here. We'd also get this jewel slot. I think we got a jewel earlier. I'm just going to show you guys kind of how this works. You don't have to get this jewel slot. You might not have a good jewel. I think I put it in like here. Let's see. I think we had like, okay, we have attack speed with bows and 2 resistances. It's actually not that bad. And we could actually throw a, I don't have a regal. Oh, I do have regal. So we're going to upgrade this from a magic item to a rare item. So boom. Now we have fire damage over time multiplier. Unfortunately, I don't think this thing's going to be really worth anything, but it's got like increased attack speed. So for 1 point, we're getting 20 elemental resistances. If I had a exalted orb and wanted to upgrade it, I probably really wouldn't want to use it. We need actually 2 points to get in that node. So we can think about other things. Maybe I want to get some more damage. So any other things that we can look at for damage, like anything with bow. There's all this crit. Most of the stuff with bows is honestly related to crit. But you can also type in elemental damage. You don't have to go for just specifically lightning. But these are pretty great nodes as well to get this penetration. It's really great for specifically bosses. But there's these sets of extra HP that are quite nice as well. But I'm feeling like our build's pretty solid. I don't really need anything right now. So we can get this. We can also look at spell suppression. Eventually we're going to max out the spell suppression anyways, but the thing that I actually want to get now is even more movement speed. So if I want to type in movement, interesting enough, we don't, this one's actually good too, but we can actually path over here because I want to grab all of these nodes. These are, I think, are definitely worth it. There is this hybrid life and mana that you can grab, and I like grabbing this as well. So I'm going to go this way. Because we can also grab this large jewel socket later. But what we're going to do is we're going to path over here, and I'm going to grab this, the Evasion Mastery. I'm going to get increased movement speed if we haven't taken damage recently. We can also talk to Sin, and we can get more of these like powers. So we can select whatever one that we want. There's the one that, oh, we can't see it now. We'll eventually get it later, but the only one that matters is like the Frozen. But let's go ahead and now continue, because we don't need to go through there because that's where we finished that boss. We're going to go back to the southern forest and continue. And we're going to go through the passage.
I'm not up to that just yet.
See if we did that. I'm just double checking for the quest. And then, yeah, we just go straight to the final boss as long as we have the little flag over here. What do we got over here? Does he have anything good for malevolence? Multiplies damage over time. He's got stack deck. Let's go ahead and grab it. What we're hoping to do is grab a good stack deck.
Not easy to part with it.
Big money, maybe. Okay, gloves. Okay. So just giving us some random gloves. So how the div card works, it's like 1 out of 5 for like the amount that we had. And so if you collect 5 of them, you can get a random pair of gloves. Most of the div cards, though, the reason why you'll end up selling some bad ones is because sometimes YouTubers, they make videos of like, oh, we're gonna open up 100 stack decks of gloves. Let's see what we can get, and that's where you'd sell the bad ones. Because it's just like an experiment. Most of the time, though, they very rarely will make crazy profit, but sometimes if they get lucky, you know, that's the point of div cards, though. Just random. Some are profitable, to be honest. Almost all of them are profitable when it comes to like some of the higher end stuff, but it's the amount of trading that you have to do and having people respond is the main annoyance. Hopefully we get a new mercenary soon, though. It's a very short act as well. We don't really need upgrades. Okay, let's see.
Make your choice.
We have Wrath. His items are terrible. I do want Wrath, but like I'm just gonna exile him. So I want the haste. It's the only one that I want. And not haste. Don't care. I was thinking about keeping him because I'm like, okay, we can use Wrath, right? It's like not bad. We want more movement speed because more movement speed lets us end the game faster.
I will unmake you.
Oh, we're moving real slow. Did I? No. Mercenaries still good. Our Mercenaries going strong. They are level 38 and we are 53. We've been rocking this one for a long time, and they're still putting out good DPS, which I'm actually glad though. Like it's like this, because I'd rather have them be way OP than just lackluster. Okay, so how this works is you have to stand in this little circle. It takes forever though. I ain't gonna lie. This really sucks if you play melee, because when you go to hit the enemies, well, if they're outside of the thing, no good. I'm actually kind of curious to see how much of the lightning ailment we are applying once we actually affect them with shock. 27. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to get Thunderfist. Thunderfists are gonna go crazy. Let's see how much those are, because those are kind of important for our build. And if they're cheap now, they're not gonna get more expensive. Oh, it's a 6 socket. So if it's a 6 socket, always pick it up. For a really long time, it's always going to be in your benefit to pick it up, and I'll show you why. And then now we got to do the same thing for the other side. Center right here, and then we'll get all of it. I appreciate that, CBK. And if you're wondering why we're still running added cold damage even though we're running a lightning build, the added lightning damage requires a lot of int. Now I still have it inside of my other one just because it happened to have a blue. But what we could also run right now is Artillery Ballista. It's not bad at all. The reason why I don't really like Artillery Ballista is it shoots up and then it has to come down. It takes a really long time. And right now our damage is so good that the turrets are just kind of there just to melt things really fast. But if we're pushing in the late game and we want to kill bosses, we're definitely gonna swap to Artillery Ballista late game. And there is a brand new Ballista skill, which again, once we get it, it's brand new, so I don't know how it drops. Some of these things only drop towards the end game, or like they're super expensive, or sometimes they're only worth 1 Chaos Orb. I forgot the name of the Ballista, but there is a new Ballista gem, but we'll mess with it later, since Ballistas are always going to be slower, for the most part. And the reason why is because you have to place them down and it takes a second. You don't really need the waypoint. All we're doing at the Brine King's Reef is to fight the final boss of the game. And the final boss is actually an NPC.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And all of these things leveling up is great. But yeah, this is another PoE 2 sized area. Very, very large. Large and open. I usually just try to ride along the edge. See where to go. How goes the new season run? Oh man, it's like so incredibly smooth. We have like crazy DPS. The NPC is like strong. Really like this.
Only get one shot at this. Choose wisely.
I just want the chromatic orbs. It's a pretty rewarding league. It's not overpowered rewarding though, but it's like enough to keep me going. So the league that still, in my personal opinion, had the best juice with like not too much requirements of knowledge is the first variant of that was the games. Ultimatum, that was what it was called. Ultimatum is still my favorite league of all time for how much they rewarded us. Loved it. Because basically you'd go in and you'd always come out with like at least like a couple Chaos Orbs for the most part. It's really good. So this is actually an NPC, but she's getting like mind control. She has like this attachment to the Brine King.
Oh, my husband. You see, His Majesty could never be satiated on his wedding day by one bride alone. Thank you.
The mouths don't move. PoE, you know what's crazy? This game is over 10 years old, man. 2012 is, I believe, when the game like officially came out. But I actually kickstarted this game back when it only had 3 acts. But how this mechanic works, pretty much you just DPS them. And then they're going to do this move where it looks super scary and everything goes to the center. And you just need to stay in the center here. And then you don't want to get hit by these circles. These big lightning damage. But it's a pretty easy boss fight overall, because our damage is crazy high. And also the NPC is just going crazy in DPS too. We already got him to the phase again. So basically you don't need to move until something comes out. You can see there's a water that comes out. I got hit by it, but It's totally fine. I'm not doing the thing again. This is kind of like your checkpoints, but we're doing it so fast. It's very nice. Oh, we have the bubble, so I don't even need to move regardless. I didn't actually need to move. Let's see if it actually damages us. It does pretty good damage. No, my mercenary died. They ripped. Now I'm gonna have to do a solo. Not that it matters. Our DPS is so high. It's a-okay. Okay. Now we get our first like major power, which is that we can't be stunned if we've been stunned recently. So it's kind of cool. If we talk to him, we can get it. It doesn't really matter though. We can get it now because we're talked to Sin, but it takes a second for Waylem to come in anyways. So now that we're done with this, we're going to sail to the bridge encampment. And now we are in... Technically this is Act 2 in the campaign, but it's like a new Act 2. Everything's kind of like different, but we will see some familiar faces. But that's going to wrap it up for Part 6, Act 6. We have completed it. Now we're on 7. There's just 7, 8, 9, and 10. And these ones, again, are a lot shorter. So thanks for tuning in for Act 6, Part 6. And the next one will be out very soon.